makes me feel so proud of her, and I just can't stop smiling reading this book. Her train of thought is one of my favorite parts of this book. And I'm like, but you didn't order a pizza, so how is there a pizza here? Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. I've missed you so much. Today's video, I'm very excited to be filming. I've been eyeing down this video idea for a very long time, and we're finally getting to it in today's reading vlog. This week, I'm gonna be reading my highest and lowest rated books on my TBR. So basically, we're gonna be doing this through Goodreads. Goodreads, if you don't know what it is a social categorizing platform hub kind of situation. It's a website where readers can track what they're reading, what they want to read, and what their friends are reading. You can look for new books and track old books. It's a very fun platform. It's kind of like a pastime. I feel like every reader has heard of Goodreads or has Goodreads. I love Goodreads. In today's video, I'm going to be going through my most wanted reads on Goodreads, just on my TBR, and we're going to be going through the highest rated one and the lowest rating one. First of all, I have a TBR list of just like highly anticipated books that I want to get to. That's the TBR list we're going to be going through to choose my highest rated book. All of those books are ranging from, actually, let me pull it up right now, 4.42 star ratings to 3.65 star ratings. So those aren't too low, honestly, compared to the hundreds of thousands of people who read these books. I gave myself some leeway because there's one specific book I've had my eye on and I wanted to read specifically in this video. It is one of my highest rated books on my TBR, and I'm very excited to be reading it. I actually already started it, and I'm about to give you guys a little bit of a reading update, but I also want to tell you the lowest book we're going to be reading. I didn't want this to be unfair, so I went to my big want to read list. This is the list you get when you first start Goodreads. These are the books I wanted to read since like 2022, 2021. And there's a lot of them, and a lot of them I just have no interest in anymore. So I like to stay away from this list. I did choose my lowest rated book on my want to read list, which is, let me find it. Sparkling Hope by Lily Sophia. This book is rated 3.09 stars. It was published in 2023. It's on Kindle Unlimited. But first, let's get to my highest rated book. That is the one we're going to be starting off with. The first book we're going to be starting with is Slanting Towards the Sea. This book is rated 4.13 stars on Goodreads with over 7,500 ratings. It's had a lot of hype. I've heard a lot of great things about it, and honestly what really got me like hooked on this specific book is the very first sentence, which is, sometimes I stalk my ex-husband. And I don't know, that really just stuck out to me. It was very interesting. It sounded very interesting. Basically the premise of this book, we're following Ivana. She used to be married and she divorced her husband, but she's still very much in love with him. And we're following her life through her hometown in Croatia. She's back at her hometown. She's back in her house that she grew up in. She's living with her dad. Her mom has passed away. And she is now about like 38 years old, divorced, single, battling loneliness, battling a lot of stuff and a lot of unrequited love. But the interesting part about this is the fact that she is the one who asked for the divorce. And we just don't know what happened. We've been going through, I wouldn't say like a dual timeline. I guess it kind of is. Like, it's not marked clearly where we are in the book when we're jumping back, but we're getting a chapter of her currently in her house as a 38-year-old woman, and then we're going back to when she's 19, meeting her husband, when she's 20, and like all these different things and all these milestones they had in the relationship. Now, in this present timeline, her husband is married to somebody else and has 2 kids, and she has a very, like, I would describe it as codependent relationship with them. They all are kind of like a trio, and they all hang out together, and we don't really know what has bonded them. I have some guesses for why she asked for the divorce. I don't think it's like infidelity or anything, but I think there's some hints to a specific storyline that I'm not gonna say because I don't want to spoil it in case I am right. But I just like have an idea, but I am hoping that it will shock me. It is a little bit of a shorter read. Like, it's only 320 pages, and I'm on page 60. So we're a good chunk into this book. I brought it with me to school today, and I really have been enjoying it so much. I've been so excited for it to come in. It just came in yesterday, so best believe first thing I did was pick up this book, took off the dust cover, took it out with me, and have just been reading it all day. I've been really enjoying it, and I'm really liking it, and I just love the way this book is written. Like, that's all I can think. Like, I love the way this author writes. I love it. It's like, it's metaphorical without being too flowery, and I feel like there's just so much meaning behind her words. And we've already gotten to that point where, you know that point in the book where you'll tie back to the title and it like will all like kind of click? Yeah, we've already gotten to that point. I actually wanted to tell you guys the quote. Hold on, let me find it. This is super early on in the book, literally page 26 at the very end of chapter 4. Back home, all things slant towards the sea. He took my hands and rubbed them between his palms. Your hands are cold, he said, as if that had surprised him. And then he leaned in and kissed me. And when he did, something inside me reoriented itself, my world softly tipping into his direction as if he himself were the sea. Which is just very pretty way to write. And I think this far into the book, even though we're not like too far, like it's still kind of early, but I think at this point I've kind of gotten a lot of a grasp on Ivana as a character, on the nature of their relationship. I guess, like loosely, I've kind of just seen them interact, and I've also kind of understood this author, and I don't really think this is supposed to be a second chance romance. Like, I don't even think this is a romance book. I feel like this is more of a literary fiction, and I don't think they're gonna get together at the end and they're just gonna like fall back in love. I feel like there's a bigger theme to this, and if they do fall back in love, that's great, but I think there's something more to this. I've been really enjoying the flashbacks, which I find myself really annoyed by dual timelines because I just don't really want to be in one timeline. Like, I'll always dread one of the timelines. Right now, I like both of them. I like seeing it. It's really interesting because in the present, we're seeing her dynamic with them, like her ex-husband and his wife. And then in the past, we're watching them fall in love. And it's very endearing, very sweet. So many quotes. Like, I have read not even 25% of this book. And I have over, I want to say 10 annotation marks in this. And I've just been stealing pens all day, really, into annotating it, into write it, into mark it up because I am obsessed. I'm obsessed. I'm loving it. Yeah, and it's so pretty. Like, this cover is the cutest cover I could have imagined. I have the hardcover version and honestly I couldn't be happier. I love the fact that this is just, everything about this, the way it's made is super cute. I did get it last night, but I think I read like a page last night. And you've probably seen that. Now I've gotten home and I'm very ready to jump back into the book. I don't know, I feel kind of like in a bingey mood. Like, I could binge this book, and the way I was reading it, it just feels like if I really get a time to sit down, just dedicate some time to this book, I could finish the book today. And I don't think I'm going to because I kind of want to savor it. So I think we're just gonna take my time. I'm also enjoying because this is a very summery, what is it called, setting of this book. And I was kind of going back and forth with the idea of maybe I save this for summer, and since we're gonna be in like Croatia and the sun and all this stuff, and like everything they describe is so summery and so vivid and so beautiful. But right now it's rainy and it's windy and it's dark, and for some reason my mind likes those two things together. Like, sitting in the rain reading about all this sunshine and this like beautiful island she's from, I just really like that, and it just fits for me. I don't know why. I've never been too much of like a seasonal reader, but I feel like it just kind of like works. Well, I'm gonna get back to this book because I'm very excited to do that, and I'll update you guys along the way. I'm very excited to keep reading, and I'm really loving her writing style. anytime I hear it's even slightly hot outside, you already catch me reading in my backyard. We're out here today. It's really nice out. It's like almost 60 degrees. It says it's 41, but it feels like 60. So I'm really enjoying it. Sun's on my face, wind's in my hair, all the vibes. I've been reading outside. I've been reading this book. I want to give you guys a little bit of an update before we continue it. I'm not too far off of where we were when I last talked to you. I think it was like 60th pages or something. Right now I'm on page 94, chapter 17. Chapters are going by super fast still. Some of them are like 1 page, 2 pages. It's a lot of fun and I'm really enjoying my time reading this. Not to say that it's like a really funny book or it's very like plot driven. I just really like our character. I just really like our main character and I really like her perspective. So I'm having a lot of fun and I'm enjoying my time reading it. Obviously, we're following Ivana. Her life is kind of just like derailed, I guess. Or it's not really derailed because she was the one who got the divorce, but she feels kind of stuck. In that, we're seeing her try to like handle this plot line where her dad, she's taking care of him. She can't really escape because first she feels like she's the only person who can take care of him. And second, their business that her dad had like built up from the ground is suffering because this little town in Croatia that she grew up in, that she's living in right now, their economy is just in the dumps. So she's battling that kind of plot and we've gotten introduced to this male main character. I wouldn't say main character, this male character that kind of gives off romancy vibes. I never thought this would be a romance book. I didn't have much romance expectations. Very lit fic and I'm just enjoying that. I like our character. I don't really mind it, but I feel like this character is getting introduced to kind of challenge how she's always thought that her ex-husband is the only person who could ever really see her. So now being in a situation where she's kind of confronting a different like love interest, I guess, or like someone that she could potentially be with and like be interested in being with for the first time, because her ex-husband is the only person who's ever really made her feel loved. So now that she's like finding this new person, it's interesting because she doesn't really know how to handle it, and he's the investor or like the person who's trying to buy the hotel slash inn that her dad built out from under them. So it's an interesting plot line. I like that it's being introduced. It feels early into the story, but we're really not too much, like maybe a third of the way through. That's just what's going on. Like, it's hard to summarize because we're really just going by her day to day. I'm liking her today. Really like warm and sunny, and it feels like I'm there. Like the way it's written is so beautiful, and so many of the quotes are so beautiful, and I picked it up a little bit today spottingly, but I'm very excited to just pick it up and to read right now. All right. I'm very excited to pick it up and just to read right now. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get back into Slanting Towards the Sea, and I think we're about like halfway through. She's literally describing the hotel, and she goes, "Not because I dream of being rich, but because there's something about waking up to such a view that makes you take life in big gulps." And it's little phrases like that, like the littlest sentence, 3 words max, that feels so beautifully written and so well put. And it's like, how did you think to even make it that way? And why is it so nice just to hear her POV and her thought process? Like, her train of thought is one of my favorite parts of this book. I feel like this stuff is so unimportant to everyone who is not me, but 2,000 just knowing that I got this many people and this many people are watching my channel, and it's just been a goal of mine to hit 1,000 for so long, and to leave and come back and to get so many. I just feel beyond happy and very, 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 very excited and very grateful. And I know that that doesn't sound like a big number to all of you, but it sounds like a really big number to me. So yeah, I'm very, very grateful, and I'm so thankful for you guys. This makes me so happy. Like, not this number, but just everything about this, everything about creating, everything about books, like everything about you guys just makes me so happy. Like, I don't know how to say it, and I don't know how to express that this has just been something that I loved for so long. And the fact that anybody is watching it, let alone 2,000 people are watching it, just means everything to me. Like, it literally means the world. First of all, I want to tell you I told you so. Not that you guys told me that I was wrong, but still, I kind of saw where this was going. Like, it felt like it was a little bit predictable. I don't know if this is the exact reason that she divorced him, but I did think this might be like some kind of element to the plot. Also, surprisingly, this other guy, I think his name is Azier. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Like, his impact on her right now, and her just like slowly clawing out of this hole and like feeling like she can live again. I am a sucker for a woman in her late 30s, early 40s, really like later, not later stages of life, but I guess later, because they're not like 16 or 21 or whatever. I'm a sucker for them learning to live again, for them going through all these seasons of life, graduate, get married, have a baby, do this, do this. After that, what happens next? And one of my favorite 5 stars this year was exactly like that. So I'm a sucker for her. I'm a sucker for her. I love her. I love this. And like, just to see her want to live again makes me feel so proud of her, and I just can't stop smiling reading this book, and I'm loving it. I feel like this is as much of an update as I could give. I'm reading this book and I'm on page 158, so almost 160, maybe almost halfway through the book. And I've been like trying to deliberately take some time. And yesterday I was super busy, today I was super busy. I've sat down to read it just now, finally finished all my editing, and I need to wash the dishes, and it's 9 o'clock and I was supposed to wash the dishes at 8. But I just cannot stop. Like, I don't want to stop at all. I do not want to stop. Every single chapter ends and I'm like, one more. And it's not particularly thrilling. It is thrilling, but not for the reasons that are like conventional. It's not like the plot is crazy and I'm like hooked to some like very elaborate scheme of events. I'm just hooked to her and her life and her thoughts, and I'm like so eager to get every single detail of the story that we don't know, everything we don't know up until this point, and everything that's happening in the present that we don't know how that's gonna end. And I'm just very obsessed with her. I like relate to her in some ways, and I think she has a very, I don't know, I don't want to like take away the uniqueness of this character by saying I think a lot of people could relate to her, but her perspective on loneliness and potential and all of this stuff I think resonates, especially as women. And I never want to stop. Like, it pains me to put this down, and I know I need to, and I know I need to stop, but if I sat down right now and I had like 3 more hours, I think I could just finish it. I could finish it if I really wanted to, and I want to, but I don't have time. Yeah, that's just how I'm feeling. And I've been annotating, and actually there's this one thing, it's kind of sad. It says, this is a couple pages back. Big fat tears came and went, rolled and rolled, but there was no one. I was that tree, felled inside the forest that no one had heard fall. That tree didn't make a sound. And in the context she's talking about, and just like how she's a loud crier, and how her mother had always insinuated that being a loud crier kind of just made your feelings not real, and her comparing it to a tree, and how it's just a tree like silently falling, and it's like this big oak tree silently falling on his back while she cries. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, then it's just not one of those quotes that get you. But like, those are the kind of annotations I'm making, and this is the kind of reading experience I'm having. And if I get a chance after I'm done doing dishes, homework, taking a shower, all this stuff, I can hopefully sit down, read this book, binge a little bit more, and maybe I'll let myself get to page like 200 tonight or something. We do also have to read another book in this video, but right now all eyes are focused on this, and I'm just having a great time. Okay guys, I'm back home and I want to talk to you guys about this book that I finished today. I know it's crazy. I know I have a really bad habit of doing this. I always am finishing books at school and just not recording for you guys. I try to get as much footage as I can. My problem is when I finished, I think last night I went to sleep and I think I was around 90 pages in. I woke up this morning. I was like, you know what? I want to get at least halfway. No, I wasn't. I'm a liar. I was like halfway through the book. And today I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get a little bit into it while I was reading. I had some spare moments. I was like, well, I'm at school. I'll just pick it up. We'll see what happens. I finished it. I think I just had too much time and I was so engulfed by the story, and every single time I came back to the book I like was consumed by it. It felt like I was in her world and in Croatia with her and seeing all these beautiful different monuments and little quirks about her town and getting to just walk through the streets with her. And a lot was going on with these characters and a lot was going on with our main character, and I just really loved her and I loved everything about it. And I think if I had stopped maybe on page 270 and not seeing where it was gonna end, I would have said that like I loved it. It was perfect. Everything about it was just amazing. I unfortunately only have notes about the ending. When I tell you leading up to this book, everything about our female main character, perfect. Ivana, she just got it. She was just the most relatable, understand it, real human. Like it was just so human to read this, and it was so beautiful, and it was like a very visceral experience just getting to enter a book that's beautiful and human while talking about some of the hardest aspects of life and just going through her, I guess, her story, because basically this is supposed to be like an incredible love story, but it doesn't feel like that. Like I get that it's the center and like the focal point of her life, but it wasn't a romance, and the ending was so on the romance side but like not at the same way. It just like left me very confused, and that was my main quarrel with it. Like it just was so confusing and I didn't like the way it ended. I felt like it didn't have a proper end. Like it needed maybe another 100 pages, because Valo is basically like the love of her life, has always been the love of her life. They get a divorce. We're following her post-divorce, like 9 years. He's married, he has a wife. She is like stuck in her life, and like we're finally seeing her decide she needs to grow up and like detach herself from this all-consuming love story she's had with him. And I was really enjoying seeing that, and I think if this book went in a different direction towards a certain character, I would have been like, yeah, I think this is good, and that she was moving forward. But I felt like so much of the progress we made in this book, I don't want to say that because I feel like that makes it feel cheap. We didn't go back on it, but I didn't like the way it ended off with Valo and her, the decisions that they made. And I kind of started to check out when certain things started happening, and I just like couldn't get behind some of it. I was confused by most of it. I was hoping for a different ending, and then the book was just finished. We also don't really know where it's supposed to go. Something like was hinted at that I guess, okay, maybe there would be more to this, but like obviously it's more that we wouldn't see. Now on that note, this is a debut novel, and for a debut novel, this is amazing. When I tell you, this being her debut is so surprising to me. It is so well written. It is so beautifully written. I just can't believe it. Like the structure, everything made this book. Like I cannot believe this is her first book, but she honestly did an amazing job. I was thinking a 4.25 star because I really enjoyed my time, and I think before the ending it would have been like a 4.5, maybe even a 4.75, and I just loved her, and I loved the writing, and I loved my experience reading it, and I could not put it down all throughout the book. And I have so many annotations, but thinking back on it, and especially the way it just wrapped up, it would be more like 4.25 stars. So I'm trying to think. I'm thinking that's gonna be one of our 2 ratings. I did start that other book that I decided, did I tell you about it? I came off with, I think it's like Sparkling Hope by Lily Sophia or something like that, and I started it in the car. I think I'm on page 6. I don't want to judge it because I know it's a Kindle Unlimited book, and I know that it's not like too popular, and I think it's like independently published, so I don't want to judge it and be like, this is gonna be just like another random sports romance on my Kindle. Like I'm not gonna like it, and I don't want to coming into the book on that mindset. However, in the first 6 pages, I was literally just reading this in the car. Like it's dual POV, so when we get into the girl's perspective, she's like explaining where they are right now, and I guess it's a hockey romance, and like the main male guy is living with her. I guess her house is being renovated, so her mom was gonna go to a hotel, but then the construction company for the house is giving her a place to stay with someone's stepmom, who happens to be the stepmom of Weston Sinclair. No idea what that means. I read it twice. I had to reread the chapter. I did not understand what was going on. I was just a little like confused by that, but also I'm just been confused in general, so I think my brain just needs to regenerate. Also, when we walked into his perspective, it was like interesting because it was just the prologue and nothing happened. Like it's literally he sees her and then he goes, you know what, I want to go back to a life of partying, and then that was it. Like it was too pages, and I was very confused by what that was about. Like, it kind of made me not like him because it was just very like lusty. Like, it had nothing to do with her really. And I guess I kind of understand like the partying appeal for hockey players is like a very popular theme, whatever. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm gonna try to stick through it and like come into it with an open mind. I'm only on page 6, like I said. I don't even have my Kindle on me, so like, but yeah, I'm gonna get back to reading that. I'm gonna change, eat, sit and think on that book. I feel like it's gonna be so interesting going from this beautifully written metaphorical book to this Kindle Unlimited romance book. I'm here for the contrast. So yeah, I want to go do other stuff, I guess, and I'm gonna start reading. Yeah. Okay. Kid you not, 3 pages further than when I last talked to you, everything he says has to do with every single thing he says, every single thing he talks about. And I'm like, at this point, I'm like, okay, bro, we get it. You're a hockey player, we get it. But like, no one cares. Let's just get back to the plot. Also, they're sharing a bathroom now. I do not know what's happening here, but I am reading and I'm 4% into this book. I really should have started this earlier. Just time got all the way out of me, like away from me. Okay, 3 more pages. Now I'm on page 12. He walked into the adjacent bathroom or whatever because he didn't know they were sharing a bathroom, and she's like in this towel, and I was like scanning it, waiting for the part where he would like avert his eyes, like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. He's literally just stares at her and he's like, no husband, a nice view instead. And she's like, hey, like, she runs out the bathroom, and before she can leave, he's like, you're the girl with the like weird hat, like you're the girl who sat next to this other girl at the game. And then he goes, don't worry, I won't peek at you, as she adjusted her towel. And then last sentence, this girl looked like trouble, and trouble never looks so damn fine. Mind you, she's in a towel in this bathroom that you just barged into, no apology, nothing. I actually don't even want to read this out loud, but he's just talking about how he literally says the word practical, how practical it would be to have a roommate. So whenever he wants to, yeah. Page 16, by the way. Remember when I said I wasn't gonna be nitpicky? just call me a liar. Literally, like, just a genuine thought in my mind. Now they hate each other. I don't understand how they hate each other, because we are 18 pages into this book and they genuinely haven't had a conversation. Like, they've never spoken before. The only meeting they had is when she yelled when he like saw her in the bathroom and was like, hey, and then ran out the door. So like, what conversation have they had for them to genuinely hate each other to the point where like he literally is like, get the frick out of here? I don't understand. Okay, page 22. What is my problem? Generally, what is my problem? The scenes aren't finishing. Like, okay, they had opened and like, I guess they were going to a party, and they found out they both lied to their parents to go to a party, and like they hated each other, and like he was like, Luna, get the frick out of here, rivalry kind of thing. So we switch perspectives and we get into her perspective, and she's talking about how he was so rude for what he did early in the day. Now they're at this party, blah blah blah, and it just ends off there. Like she literally says, yeah, like she hates lying to her mom, but like her mom has just always just wants to protect her. And then that's the end of the scene. And there's like nothing happens at this party. We don't see anything. We jump to the bathroom, him walking in on her in the bathroom again. There's not enough conversation. And this is maybe the maybe like the 10th time they've mentioned in the last 20 pages. And I just like, that's the only thing. Like, I think I could ignore all the other little things, I guess, that are kind of big things, but the fact that the scenes aren't ending or starting, they're just kind of like there, and there's not much dialogue or much like development throughout the scenes. Like, we're generally, it's kind of like snapshots where it just feels like I'm missing so much. Like, I don't know what's happening. They literally, like, I'm actually, why am I like this? Okay, page 25. These are like journal entries. She just suggests that she tries like hooking up with him since they live in the same house. But like, first of all, I don't understand why they live in the same house to begin with. I don't understand how they're enemies, and I don't understand how like so much has happened. It's been 20 pages and I've seen none of it. Like, I'm just hearing distantly about things that are developing, but like nothing's going on in front of us. Like, I don't understand. And I don't understand why everybody's so like oriented around hooking up, and like they won't stop talking about it. Wait, what cafe? What cafe? Wait. They switched. They were just in a parking lot. Wait, I'm dumb confused. Okay. So now they're talking about this party that they got invited to. And I feel like this is like the stuff that I'm talking about. Like, okay, they got invited to a party and we're told that, but like we could have seen them get invited. The person who invited them, like we could have understood that, like what kind of character he was, what kind of personality he was. Like, we're getting a lot of telling, not showing. But also like it's kind of just like you're there and they happen to mention something and all of a sudden they've appeared at this cafe, but they didn't move. Like, I don't need a step-by-step, like I got up, went to the car, did this, blah, blah. But it could be like, okay, well, like, I'm gonna get ready, I'm getting ready to go to this place, and then time jump, and I'm at this place. It's not saying that. It's just, like, randomly mentioning something, and then the next sentence, you're there. Page 27 of Who the Frick Did I Marry? Pulled all my edges off my face, so, like, everybody pretend you can't see the way I look right now. I can't believe this is real. Page 38. I cannot get over the way every single scene is 2 seconds long. It's all about hooking up with girls. Every single chapter is about hooking up with girls, and every single scene isn't a real scene, and it's really throwing me off because I don't know what's happening at all. In the last 40 pages, we have had 15 scenes. I have not. It's like they're talking about, she's talking about she's hungry, and then the next second there's a pizza delivery like there. And I'm like, but you didn't order a pizza, so how is there a pizza here? Oh my gosh. I don't understand. Anyways, I've made the executive decision just to close this for tonight. I'm 11% into it, and I've done enough of the work. So I'm closing that. I'm going to try again tomorrow, but I have, like, very strong DNF feelings because I'm not willing to risk a reading slump over this, and I'm not doing this with this book. But also, I want to give it a fair chance, so I don't know. I'm gonna sleep on it, do my homework, and then so tired. Oh, okay, bye. Okay, let's speak seriously. I am choosing peace. Okay, so I didn't even like film myself reading this book. I think I did film like yesterday, but today I've like picked it up a bit, and I'm really trying, but I can't. I'm sorry. I can't get over. I'm just like, I'm picking it up, and every single time I open the book, we are watching a different, odd, disturbing scene of someone walking in on something over and over and over again. And I'm like, how many times are you going to reference in one book in less than 50 pages? I don't even know what page I'm on. Page 56, and I'm calling it. I'm sorry. It's too weird. After I've tried. Like, you guys know I've tried. I can't do it. I'm so sorry. I'm done. We're closing it. Closing it. Done. Closing the closing the Kindle on 16% in because I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm trying, but I'm over it. I'm done with this book. Honestly, I thought maybe I'll have like a low ranking book, but it won't be like horrible. I'll get through it. It'll be like a 3-star. That right there is a -5. No. Do I like just end the video here then? Since I've just decided I'm gonna DNF it, I guess. Guys. Okay, so my heartbreaking book, loved it. Beautiful piece of literature. This book, really just disturbing me. Cannot get behind it. Want to be as far away from it as I can. Those are my thoughts. And if I'm done, I guess that's the end. Thank you guys for watching. And I love you, but God loves you more. And I guess I'll hopefully see you in the next one. I need to go reevaluate my life choices. Bye.